Hello and welcome. This is the September 2024 video edition of the Iowa General Fund Monthly Revenue Memo. I am Eric Richardson, Senior Fiscal Analyst for the Iowa Legislative Services Agency, the nonpartisan support agency of the Iowa Legislature. For this video, I will review final general fund net revenue amounts for fiscal year 2024 and discuss the current status of fiscal year 2025. Iowa's fiscal year runs from July 1st through June 30th, and that period represents what is referred to as the cash fiscal year. However, proper accounting dictates that revenue deposited and refund checks issued after June 30th that are the result of economic activity that occurred on or before June 30th must be credited to that previous fiscal year. The process of accruing accounting transactions back to the previous fiscal year ends in September, and it is only now that the final net revenue picture for fiscal year 2024 became available. General fund net revenue for the year decreased $89.5 million and minus 0.9% compared to the fiscal year 2023 level, after increasing by $41.9 million and 0.4% the prior year. Fiscal year 2024 was the first year since fiscal year 2014 that saw a net revenue decrease. This table summarizes revenue growth by major revenue source. Note that for this table, revenue is adjusted for accruals. Refunds are subtracted from each item's gross receipts, and transfer revenue is included. This provides a true look at net revenue by major source on a fiscal year basis. For the fiscal year, individual income tax decreased by $873 million and corporate income tax decreased by $177 million, while sales and use tax increased by $33 million, other taxes increased by $835 million, and non-tax revenue increased by $63 million. The other tax increase in FY 2024 was mainly due to the brand new pass-through entity tax, which realized a net $862.2 million in FY 2024. A significant portion of this revenue is from tax years 2022 and 2023 due to the retroactivity of 2023 Iowa Act's House File 352, the Pass-Through Business Entity and Deduction Act, and will be refunded via tax credit. After a refund is processed, there are dual entries in the state accounting system, decreasing other tax and increasing the relevant tax where the PTET is finalized, largely individual income tax. It is possible that when this process is finalized for PTET revenue collected in FY 2024, individual income tax may increase in FY 2025 or later. While fiscal year 2023 growth saw a relatively minor decrease in net individual income tax, net individual income tax receipts decreased during fiscal year 2024 by 18.9%. 2022 Iowa Act's House File 2317, the Income Tax Rate Reduction and Exemption Act, reduced the income tax rate from a top rate of 8.53% to a top rate of 6% in tax year 2023, with a further decrease to 5.7% in tax year 2024. 2024 Iowa Act Senate File 2442, the Individual Income Tax Rate Act, created a flat tax of 3.8% beginning in tax year 2025. Both the tax year 2023 income tax rate reductions beginning on January 1st, 2023, and the tax year 2024 reduction beginning on January 1st, 2024, were significant factors in reducing individual income tax revenue growth throughout the year in FY 2024, as illustrated by the black arrow. The year-end net revenue growth for the individual income tax was a negative $873 million. This chart provides annual fiscal year net revenue growth from all general fund revenue, with the exception of transfer revenue for fiscal year 2024 and the previous 21 fiscal years. The chart shows constant revenue growth from fiscal year 2016 through fiscal year 2022, except for the pandemic year of FY 2020, with FY 2022 growth more than $500 million higher than FY 2019, the pre-pandemic high growth fiscal year. FY 2023 saw smaller growth, with general fund revenue increasing by $48 million for the year before a decrease of $119 million in FY 2024. With the end of September and the close of fiscal year 2024, it is now possible to look at the current year on a fiscal year basis, meaning after the adjustments have been made to properly attribute transactions that occurred after June 30th back to fiscal year 2024. This table provides fiscal year basis revenue growth calculations for FY 2025 adjusted for the recent accrued revenue changes necessary to close the previous fiscal year. Please note that this comparison is through October 2nd, as a significant amount of revenue was deposited into the state general fund on September 30th, but was not distributed to the proper revenue category until the first working days of October. Net revenue for FY 2025 through October 2nd has seen an overall increase of $194 million and a positive 11.6% growth in revenue compared to FY 2024, due mainly to an increase of $102 million in sales and use tax revenue. Individual income tax has increased $84 million and 11.9% thus far in FY 2025. Income tax withholding from tax year 2025 can be expected to slow starting in February of 2025 as the Iowa income tax rate reduction from Senate File 2442 becomes effective starting January 1st, 2025. However, the reallocation of PTET revenue from other tax may bolster total FY 2025 income tax revenue. In summary, fiscal year 2024 finished with a decrease in general fund receipts of $89.5 million and minus 0.9% compared to fiscal year 2023. Due mainly to individual income and corporate income tax rate reductions, annual Iowa general fund revenue growth expectedly decreased in FY 2024 for the first time since FY 2014. The Revenue Estimating Conference will consider the final fiscal year 2024 revenue numbers when producing new revenue estimates for fiscal years 2025 and 2026 at the committee's next meeting, scheduled for October 17th. Thank you for your time and your interest in Iowa General Fund revenue. Goodbye, and please check out the next monthly video memo in early November.